Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Toad trading team. In today's video, we have one very simple goal, which is to make sure the Union loves us so much, it will accept a Federation invite, and hopefully, we can have a Trade League. With the Trade League, it will give us a really awesome ability, rather than having the trade policy of marketplace of ideas, or wealth creation, or even consumer benefits. We get a much more powerful version which combines all three. Now, I'm fairly certain it still only gives us 0.5 energy, but most importantly, it gives us both unity and consumer goods. At least that's how I've understood it from what I've read, and again, I haven't really done too much research since I like to discover things as I continue to play. But if we can get that, we might be able to get away with having almost no consumer good production at all, at least in the early to mid game, which would be
Future market
really
survey
weird
complete.
and really cool. Oh, lovely.
Situation
One of our
log
precursors
revised.
has finally been found. Our precursor, what's it called? Now, before we continue, just one little note I completely forgot to mention in the previous video. I have turned on scaling difficulty. This is the first time I've ever really used this, and for some reason I just completely forgot to mention it in the previous video, despite the fact it's quite an important thing, which I've changed. So this essentially means that the AI's bonuses don't get given to them straight away. Instead, it gets ramped up over time. So by the time we reach the end game, all of the AI are getting all of the bonuses. So massive bonuses to the economy, research, and navy capacity, but to begin with, they don't get any. So over time, they become more powerful, and hopefully that makes the AI act more natural. I've always wanted to use this, but in the past, I've never really been comfortable with it, since it does make the early game a little bit easier, and the end game just as difficult as normal. Essentially, is making the game a little bit easier. But apparently now the AI is a lot more competent in war and everything else, well, I wanted to give it a shot. Completely forgot about it though, so there we go. Back to the video. Precursor artifacts, that's what it's called. Okay, so let's grab that. And of course, you are now going towards the relic world. Now, one thing I have just realized, literally now, is what we could do is try to get a migration treaty. Keeping the toads still on the stations, obviously, since that's all they can really live on, but it would mean we could grab some of the normal worlds. So what type of world do you like? You are from a tomb world. Okay, let me have a look at you. So you have continental preference, though, since that no longer gives you the tomb world preference, which is a shame. So, still, though, that's pretty awesome. So if we do find some tomb worlds and we have a migration treaty, we could even use those as well. Yeah, definitely want a migration treaty as soon as possible, and we want to start building up trust with them. I'm also keen to see just how high the improved relations will actually go. Not too far off a federation. I would like to get that started as soon as possible, since federations basically level up and give you more bonuses complete. As they go, at least once again, as far as I've seen in my limited reading.
Situation log
And
revised.
a second artifact is ours. Lovely, so soon. Oh, there we go, migration treaty, thank you. You're psychic, apparently. Lovely. Now with those relics, I can eventually use Celebrate Diversity and get some extra unity, which is what I'm going to be using it for, because unity is our friend. Well, that is interesting. They are offering us a federation, the Galactic Union. The modifier is diverse ethics impose a 50% smaller penalty. Well, we don't have diverse ethics. We kind of have the same ideals. I mean, you are militarist, but that doesn't go against us. We're not pacifist or anything, so gonna decline that. Can you accept mine, or probably not yet? Okay, that's fine. But I really want a trade league. Now, I don't know how swapping from one type to the other works, so I'm not going to risk it.
Research actualized.
No harm in waiting a little bit longer. And we can always try to bribe you in a little while anyway. No. Well, this does come with some pretty good stuff later on. Yes, we will look for this, but we will not accept it in the end. Because we don't want to be
Upscaling
spiritualists.
complete.
We like our stuff. Hello, it's a tomb world right there. Whoa, with some serious aliens. Oh, no, never mind, they're pretty weak. For some reason I thought they were way stronger for a second. Still, all the more reason to have the migration treaty stay. As we slowly go towards the relic world. There it is. Size 16 relic world. Well, not particularly powerful, but still, a relic world is a relic world nonetheless. I've only just realised that they are also non-adaptive. What a pair we are. So 50% isn't great, and thinking about it, it's still worth it. It's still definitely worth it, but yeah. Maybe not too many of those type of worlds, though. Almost at the relic world. And there's our third artifact towards the precursors. Lovely. Okay, so it seems like we've just capped out at plus 200 with the improved relations. That's good to know. I like how we're still a new contact, but look how friendly we are. Not far off Federation. I am very confident we'll have that by the end of the episode. Definitely. Okay.
Outlier identified.
Gonna grab this system because there's just so many minerals.
Outlier identified.
So I was just looking about bribing our new friends, and what on earth is this? Favors. Grants the other Empire a favor to be used in the future. I have no idea how these work. Not gonna dabble with that just yet. Do you like energy? Yeah, everyone likes some energy. There we are. Oh, so close. So insanely close. There we go. Okay, let's just sort everything else out first, and then we'll put our full attention on making a federation with the Union. And form federation. So we have the Galactic Union, the Trade League, the Research Cooperative, the Martial Alliance, and then this final one. And these two I can't even go with, because I need to be a militarist for this one, and I need to be basically authoritarian or a rogue servitor for this one. Okay, so with this, free and automatic research agreements between all Federation members as the start. Trade League. Trade policy is changed to Trade League, which combines the bonuses of all trade policies into one. Yes. Let's go with that, definitely.
Colonial Enterprise upsizing.
Lovely, a new Federation. A great day. Okay, a lot to take in here. So, we are currently level 1. We are currently gaining cohesion, so once this is beyond that, I believe we'll start gaining experience. I know that much. And we can put some envoys here. At the moment, all of our envoys, of course, are over here. So how do I move them? Is it just a matter of... Okay, cool, so I just go here. Let's assign all of them, I suppose. I mean, we're maxed out now. We're only gaining friendship with those. And also, this will be interesting to see if that improved relation will decrease now that all my envoys have gone away. My economy apparently stronger. Excellent. So right now, we have the Trade League bonus, which... Oh my god, look at how many consumer goods I'm making. Trade policy is Trade League. So yeah, 0.5 energy, 0.25 unity, and 0.25 consumer goods. That is phenomenal. At level 2, we get a plus 5% trade value modifier, which is lovely. Ship speed is increased while in Federation space, and we get an extra envoy. Then, even more trade value, trade protection, and Federation influence gain. Not quite sure what that means just yet. Unless it means everyone in the Federation just gets more influence, which... Oh no, the President modifier, so whoever's currently in control. Then more trade value, Federation Navy capacity counts 25% more, diplomatic weight plus 10% for the President again. So our economy, we have a lot of weight with that because of all the bonuses we've been getting, so that's interesting. I'll see how all this works over time and then fully understand it later on probably. Oh, even more to look at. Okay, so we have the different laws. Currently our cohesion is minimal. But then eventually we could level this up, although we seem to have opposition from our friend, so I don't know if that'll ever happen. Vote weight is equal. We could have it be diplomatic in the future. But that requires people to be more influential. Currently, everyone has to vote together for these things to work, but we can have them as majority or president decides. Once again, seems like the opposition is going to stop any of those from working. Okay, that's cool. So, that would be a nice one. Makes the migration treaties free and automatic. There's a lot to go over here. So every 20 years, we are currently swapping who controls the Federation, or at least who's the president. We can have it so it's a challenge, or the strongest. Yeah, there's loads of options here, just how the Federation works. Now, here's one problem. Right now, we don't actually have a Federation fleet. And our friend doesn't seem to want a Federation fleet. But we'll see if these change in the future. I'm hoping they do, because I would like a Federation fleet, honestly. Okay, gonna swap the civilian industries for something else. What do we really want at the moment? We could just go with more trade value, or we could go with more alloys. Though honestly, this place is not particularly happy at the moment. Their amenities are struggling, so we could just go with the hollow theatres. Loads of amenities and a little bit of unity. I think just now, for now, though, alloys, and then once we have more people, add more trade districts.
Market outlier identified.
Okay, I'm going to send the frogs over to the relic world. I'm going to find out if there's any problems with them living there very, very quickly. And so, discovery is finished. And with that, we're going to grab technological ascendancy. Right? Yeah, definitely. So that's a plus 10% research speed from discovery, then plus 10% from that as well, with a higher chance of finding rare sciences.
Has been
Oh,
surveyed.
yep, there we go. Our improved relations are slowly going down. So really then we should put some of these over here. Just so long as the cohesion is trying to increase, so it's always at maximum, which gives us the most experience per month.
Potential market
Since we want to
survey
level up as soon as
completed.
possible. There we go, so we've just got one favour to use with them. Again, I don't know how that system works. That's definitely something I'll actually have to look up. I wonder if perhaps we can use it in the Federation. They're also now supporting most of these things. A second ago they weren't. Why? Is that because of the favour? So what I would like to do is probably move this to low. But we need to be at least level 2 anyway, so for now we can't do that, but okay. Interesting. Now, one thing occurs to me, eventually we really want to have the robot assembly yards, not so much because we want the extra population, but because once we have droids and above, we can use them to populate worlds. Which would be really good, since they have 100% habitability. For now though, more foundries, I demand more foundries.
A system has
We
been
need more
surveyed.
habitats.
A system has.
So here is how we can increase our admin cap even further. We can have the admin park, an area full of buildings dedicated to the glory of effective and meticulous paperwork. God, that bored me even saying it. But still, more admin cap, the better. But for now though, I'll just like more research. Okay, we found our second of the fallen empires. So far, they all kind of like us, which is nice. Now, we're already low on food, so doing this is a bit silly, but this colony here is going to become our food production, so soon enough that won't be too much of an issue, and until then we can just keep on buying food. The reason why I'm now moving towards robots is because, look, we have the droid workers, and it's time to find out if I was incorrect or correct about the fact they need to be at least droids before they can colonize worlds for us. And then these can become food, energy, or whatever we want them to be. Well, we found another empire, and sadly it is a bandit kingdom. Not exactly something I wanted to see there. We could try to be more friendly with them, but probably never really going to happen. They are fanatic authoritarians, so they'll dislike us anyway, and they are a bandit kingdom, so they kind of hate everyone. I don't even know if you can actually have a trade deal with them. That's the only reason why I'd really want to be friendly with them, so yeah, not the best, really. But still, we move on. So it turns out that yes, there is a pretty big negative to having the toads on a proper planet. This species is used to recycled air and sterile compartments of orbital habitats, and their weakened immune systems do not respond well to a planetary environment. Minus 60% growth speed. And, unlike when they're on a habitat, they also don't get the bonuses to resource output, as you can well imagine, so yeah, the toads permanently stay on habitats forever. Okay, we should be creating our first robot fairly soon. There we go. Okay, we have leveled up the Federation, which means now we have access to this for all of our members. Our ship speed is increased, and our president has one additional envoy, so I'll just send them over here. There we are. So then the question is, will our lovely friends still accept this? So if we go to low, this will make our monthly cohesion a little bit less, but I really want this to be set to diplomatic, because right now, it seems like the diplomatic weight is all about economy, because of course we are a trade league, which means I can start controlling the vote. So, yes. And so our first law has been passed. Lovely. Now let's see, will our friends still want... No, it seems like they are pretty much on board with this. So it wasn't just because, well, we had a favour. Now they don't want the whole challenge succession, which is a shame because I do want this. And if we can swap it to diplomatic eventually through medium cohesion, that's going to be great. Now I do really want this. Okay, now they're saying no to a lot more stuff, so let's see, do I still have a favour with them? Yes, we do. Also, there's a helicopter outside being very loud, and it's probably picking up on the microphone. We are building our first new habitat, which of course will be a trade habitat, because it's giving us consumer goods, unity, and energy. Is this worth it overall? I'm not even going to bother doing the maths, I'm just finding this loads of fun, so I'm going to continue with that. Now one thing I just finally found is this, we have the diplomatic weight. With the diplomatic weight we can see just how we get our points if we can manage to get our federation to being all about this, rather than everyone is equal, because some people are more equal than others, especially if they're toads, apparently. So all of ours is coming from the fact that we are an economic powerhouse, and we're going to continue with that as much as we possibly can. Hopefully with the new habitat, with the worlds about to be colonized, we should spike in power actually quite early. It's only been 28 years, but it feels like so much longer. I feel like we're in a really good early game position at the moment. Only one hostile empire, and we're being protected by the Union here, and they probably won't declare war against the Union because they'd be declaring war against both of us. And fairly soon, I will be having some more corvettes and everything else. Also, talking today is oddly difficult. It's always good that a person who talks for a living can't talk. Now, here's a problem with allowing the droids to be the colonists. We still need enough regular population so that we can have at least one building to make more droids. So I think I'm going to do is keep on building droids on the habitats, and then we'll go to one of the new planets and send over 5 droids. That way we can build one of the, one of the robot assembly plants, and then the droids can keep on producing on that planet, essentially making a droid world. That should be pretty okay, I think. Now, populations will grow there over time, and every time a normal population grows, we'll move them to a more suitable planet. heavy on energy, but I think that might be a decent way of going about this. It's a bit of a weird way, admittedly, but I'm okay with it. Now, another way we could do that is just send a single droid, so the first populations are droids, then send over enough frogs that we can start building more droids there, and then move the frogs back. We need at least 5 populations to keep the first building slot open. Another habitat is now being built. This time above here, which means we can have this as a research habitat. Ooh, and apparently we've just found a civilization. Bit too far away, sadly, but still. Where are you, Clap Spire? That costs 2,000. Sure, then let's just do this. Let's get some science from here as well. We need to start rushing a bit more science at the moment. We are lagging a little bit behind where I'd like to be. Okay, apparently a new event. If you would like to read this, go ahead. And because we are xenophiles, we have this. We can make our people even more xenophilic over time and give us extra happiness, or 1,000 unity. I'm very tempted by the 1,000 unity, honestly. That's like 10 months worth of unity. But the extra happiness would mean more stability, which means more of everything, just not quite as instant and extreme. Yeah, let's go with the happiness. Sure. So for a few months, yeah, a bit more stability on our planets. Well, another not particularly friendly group. So over here is the land of everything which hates us. Good to know. It's always nice to know a whole area of space hates us. More minerals, more alloys, more everything. Although we actually need some more admin cap really soon. Yeah, let's just go with that now then.
Special project actualized.
Why are you unemployed? You have a researcher job available right there. I am very confused why you're not just taking the researcher job. Is it because of Void Dweller? Can you not take the research job because of that? That is very curious.
Evading competitive fleet.
And actually, how did you even get here? We only had one of you over here, and then that was the last one growing. I am very confused about your very existence, so I'm going to move you away for now. Okay, we have our precursor homeworld now ready. Fantastic. That was nice and easy. So, moving our science vessel into position. We have 2 construction vessels nearby. Everything is going according to plan. Everything's going very smoothly so far, honestly. Prosperity is soon to be finished, which means we can then increase how many districts we have on our habitats. Speaking of which, the first habitat's finished. About to send over a colony ship. The second one, of course, is still being constructed. Yeah, really happy with how this is going so far.
Market outlier identified.
Actually, you're closer, so you go there instead. You can do that. And more food. And there we have it. We have our Precursor's homeworld, which means we have a beautiful relic world which has a collapsed spire, so some extra research and some free researcher jobs. And apparently it also has a strong magnetic field, which I think is a completely random bonus it's just got. So even more extra physics. Yep, that's going to be our main science world, which will be crewed by these fellows. I'm now also finally researching our genetic modification so I can start making some of our species a little bit better, which will be very, very nice indeed. Either way, here we are. Prosperity is now finished. And so, the flesh is weak would be fantastic. Ooh, population assembly speed plus 33%. That is amazing, but right now, Voidborn, because our habitats are getting filled very quickly, in fact. Again, can't talk today, don't know why. Something's wrong with my voice and my brain. But that's not exactly news to anyone now, is it? So, Voidborn. Lovely. More of these lovely districts, so that makes them significantly better. And we have enough points to move on. What do I want? Probably just harmony now. Domination would be nice for quite a few things. But, oh actually, yeah, extra influence is lovely. But no, let's go with harmony. So straight away, people eating less food. Then by the end of it, we get our empire sprawl from populations is reduced. And we can increase our stability. All is well and good there. Okay, you're almost done. You move there in preparation. Our next habitat's almost done as well. This one has been colonized. Lovely. I feel like our spike of power is fairly soon. We still need more alloys, but we can make more foundry worlds. Well then, what is this? A galactic community. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization, a community if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet to discuss important matters. Yes, that seems really interesting. Okay, I have no idea what that is, but yes. Okay, guess we just wait around now until something happens. Okay, can you please stop growing the toads here? We need to move this toad away. Because as soon as they're created here, they're not particularly good. Saying that, you're not getting the minus growth rate, which is interesting. But, oh, I think I see what happens. So when you're created, though, you'll become this one here with the minus 60%. That's really annoying. There must be a way to stop this easier. Now, I don't really want to move you away either, because you're counted as a separate species. So I think how it works is it only becomes one of the or the other once they're created. I don't fully understand it, honestly. Again, something I need to look up. Yeah, it seems like it all depends on where they're actually born, not really being counted as a separate species, because I've just moved them over to here again. And as you can see, they are all void dwellers. No idea how that happened, though. So it does seem like there's a bit of a weirdness when they get converted, because it just knocked off one of the people who was taking one of these jobs and then made them unemployed. Which is a bit silly, since we did have enough jobs for everyone, so yeah, that is something to bear in mind. This is a historic day. Several of the galaxy's prominent spacefaring empires, including the Toad Trading Team, have announced the creation of the Galactic Community. This supranational organization will serve as a forum where matters involving the entire galaxy can be discussed and decided upon. As one of its founding members, we can take pride in this milestone of galactic history. Ooh, interesting. Looks like we are the second strongest here. Propose a resolution. Resolutions can be proposed from the Resolutions tab, adding it to the proposal queue on the left. From the list, we can choose to support a resolution, adding our diplomatic weight to it. The resolution with the most support will eventually move into the Senate floor for the final vote. Oh wow, loads of stuff. Buzzword standardization. Now that's one I really like. Plus 5% trade value, yes. Diplomatic weight from economy, yes. And bureaucrats are more expensive. They don't really cost all that much anyway, so yes. Apparently it's got strong support, so you know what? Let's queue it up. So that will happen later on. But obviously we're going to support it because... Oh, there we go. Call in a favour. So this is how the favour system works. Click to call in favours to boost your diplomatic weight. Well, it seems like most people agree this is a good thing, so it's going to pass anyway. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, but there's loads of other stuff, so we'll look into this next time. Well, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. I'll definitely be looking way more into the Galactic Community in the next video itself. And eventually, we should be able to control this lovely Senate. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next episode, more with the Galactic Community, and hopefully, we will continue to power spike heavily. At the moment, I'm still a little bit behind where I'd like to be, but I can see all of these becoming way more powerful, especially now we have yet another new relic world. So, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.